I'm going to say a few words before the reading of the Passion because it speaks for itself. I'll just take this opportunity to help us to concentrate our thoughts on the great story that we're going to hear. It's a story we've heard many times before. We know it very well, perhaps too well. Maybe we need to concentrate our thoughts in such a way that the Passion of Jesus becomes real for us, not something that's read out of a book that we hear and then forget about. As a great writer once said, the Passion of Christ endures to the end of the world. So the Passion of Jesus is not something that happened only 2,000 years ago. It happens in our own lives and in our own world. Perhaps you can think of pain and suffering you have had in your own life. That is part of the Passion of Christ. We see the suffering of Christ all around us in the world, in war, in famine, in injustice of every kind. I would like to call your attention to one event in particular that happened a little over 4 years ago, just before Christmas, in Newtown, Connecticut, when 20 children, first graders, maybe 6 or 7 years old, were murdered in their school, along with 6 of their educators. The pain of that passion remains with the people who experienced it, the parents of those children, the loved ones, the neighbors, the people of the town. That passion is very real for them. I ask you to hold something like that in your heart as you hear the story of the suffering of Jesus, and realize once again that the suffering of Jesus is real. It is happening now in our world, and we carry that suffering along with us as the members of Christ.